In Australia, we tend to be consumed by our own problems. It's not that we're insular, but sometimes the world spins without us noticing. I'm not an alarmist, but the situation in Europe, Russia versus Ukraine, merits very serious attention. It was only weeks ago, on September 26, where little attention was given to the alleged Russian sabotage of their Nord Stream 1 and 2 natural gas pipelines. This was obviously directed at a weakening European economy. But what it meant was the neutralisation of gas flows to Europe, showing that Russia was willing and able to increase economic pressure on the West, even at a cost to itself. Now, Nina Khrushcheva is the great-granddaughter of the late Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev. She's currently professor at the New School in New York. Following this seemingly Russian-inspired cutting off of the gas flows to Europe, Professor Khrushcheva said, and I quote, "I think we actually crossed the point where this is negotiable. I think we are in a new level of confrontation. All sides are determined not to lose and not to show weakness. I think we're getting to a very dangerous point," unquote. Now, the reason I'm saying this is that all this was before the blast on the road and rail bridge to Crimea. Now, the bridge is a symbol of Moscow's claims on Crimea. It's a US $3.6 billion bridge, the longest in Europe, and it's vital to sustaining Russia's military operations in southern Ukraine. Putin himself presided over the bridge's opening in 2018, a 20-kilometre colossus of steel and concrete connecting the Crimean Peninsula, which Putin illegally annexed, to mainland Russia. It was a media extravaganza, the opening. At the time, Putin boasted, and I quote, "People dreamed of building this bridge. Finally, thanks to your hard work and talents, this project, this miracle has come true." Well, at 6 a.m. last Saturday, Ukraine time, a giant explosion sent a fireball rolling across Putin's crown jewel. It could be said, mirroring the language at the opening of the bridge, all thanks to Putin's hard work in launching an invasion of Ukraine in February. Parts of the bridge could be seen sinking in the water. The bridge is the sole route for trains and trucks carrying troops and weapons from mainland Russia to Crimea, from where they are then funneled into the war against Ukraine. This is a strategic and symbolic disaster for Putin, his pet project, and the attack occurred a day after his 70th birthday. As James Nixie of the London think tank Chatham House said, and I quote, "The attack will have a further sapping effect on Russian morale and will give an extra boost to Ukraine's morale. Conceivably, the Russians can rebuild it, but they can't defend it while losing a war," unquote.